Welcome. Today we're exploring a really key role in the tech world, the Google Cloud Professional Cloud Architect. Now, you might just think, oh, that's servers and code, right? But it's much more about how organizations actually use cloud tech strategically. The sheer range of skills involved is, well, it's pretty impressive. Okay, let's dive in.
Yeah, impressive is a good word. And pivotal too. The core mission, it isn't just about building things. It's really about the design. Designing these robust, secure, scalable solutions that, crucially, hit specific business goals.
So they're like the master planners.
Exactly. Translating big ideas, enterprise strategy, best practices into real architecture, even across, say, multi-cloud or hybrid setups. They make sure the tech truly serves the business needs.
That idea of serving the business seems central, doesn't it? Our sources stress this constant balancing act. On one hand, you have the business needs like cost optimization, hitting those KPIs, return on investment. And on the other, the hard technical requirements, high availability, failover, making sure it scales up smoothly, which must involve some tough trade-offs sometimes, like deciding whether to build something new, buy off the shelf, or tweak what's there.
Oh, absolutely. That build versus buy versus modify decision. That's a classic architect's dilemma.
Yeah.
The implications, well, they go way beyond the initial price tag. You're thinking long-term maintenance, how easily it integrates, does it really support future growth?
Right. A bad choice could lead to headaches down the line, technical debt, or maybe even missing a market window.
Precisely. It's about anticipating what's next and building in that flexibility.
And under all that strategy, there's deep technical knowledge required, isn't there? Designing the core infrastructure, networking, storage, compute. When we hear terms like spot instances or custom machine types, why are those specific choices so important for an architect?
Well, they directly hit cost and performance. Spot instances, for example. Great savings potential if your workload can handle interruptions, but it's a trade-off. Same with storage. Object storage for archives, file storage. Databases. It's all about balancing how data is accessed, the speed needed, and of course the cost. You're optimizing every piece, often connecting back to on-prem systems or maybe other clouds without breaking the budget.
So design's done. Then the architect rolls up their sleeves, building, securing, migrating, getting into the, let's say, nitty-gritty of provisioning infrastructure, configuring networks, maybe complex hybrid ones, and security, firewalls, access control.
Right, turning the blueprint into something real. And that reality needs to be, well, ironclad on security and compliance. Architects design the whole identity and access management system, IAM, basically who gets to touch what. They layer on data security key management, encryption, handling secrets properly, using controls like VPC service controls to create secure bubbles around sensitive data.
And compliance too, right? Things like health record privacy, PII, industry standards like SOC2.
Critically important. They need to ensure everything meets those legal and industry requirements with audit trails to prove it. The stakes are just incredibly high there.
Wow, okay, so it's not just about building it once. The role extends into defining the ongoing processes. Things like the software development lifecycle, SDLC, or setting up CI/CD pipelines for efficient code delivery.
Yes, exactly. But also the business side of processes managing stakeholder expectations, handling changes smoothly.
And what about keeping things running reliably, cost-effectively, long-term? Business continuity, disaster recovery planning?
That's where they shift from architect to maybe guardian, developing proactive strategies. Things like chaos engineering, deliberately testing resilience by introducing failures in a controlled way. Penetration testing to find security holes.
So trying to break it before it breaks on its own?
Sort of, yeah. And underpinning all that is continuous monitoring, logging, profiling, setting up alerts. So you know instantly if something's amiss, maybe even before users notice. It's about preventing problems, not just fixing them, optimizing resources all the time.
It's really interesting how these skills aren't just abstract concepts. The sources mention those real-world case studies. Google Cloud uses EHR Healthcare, Helicopter Racing League, Mount Kirk Games, Terramirth. They sound like really diverse challenges. Low latency for racing, huge scale for gaming.
Exactly. They demonstrate the breadth of application. And architects use specific tools to interact with Google Cloud day to day. Things like Cloud Shell for quick commands, or the full Google Cloud SDK utilities like bCloud, GooseTissel for storage, BQ for BigQuery. It's all about efficient management and automation.
So pulling this all together for our listeners, what's the main takeaway? The Google Cloud Professional Cloud Architect role is clearly deeply multidimensional. It needs that tech mastery, but also sharp business sense and operational discipline.
Right. It's a real linchpin role in how businesses operate today. And, this raises a bigger question, doesn't it? In a cloud world that's constantly evolving, new tools, new services popping up all the time, how does truly understanding these core architectural principles allow someone to not just, consume the latest tech, but to actually shape how it's used? The real value isn't just knowing today's tools, I think. It's that ongoing ability to adapt, to innovate, and to critically judge new solutions against those ever-changing business and technical needs. That's the key.